Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry that this one is a little bit late. I had to do a couple of updates for my laptop this morning. I guess I should say earlier this afternoon. I booted it up to get this going, and it needed to update a couple times. So here we are, 500 millibar chart. Right now we are kind of in a northwest flow pattern. We do have this little ridge right here that is moving into our area, which should help sustain the calmer weather we've been experiencing. And it does look like there is a little bit of a trough right behind this as we head into very early Monday morning. And as we head into the late morning, it starts to look like that trough is going to be more of an issue to our north rather than for us. It doesn't really look like it's something that we are going to have to worry about. And then once again, we end up in a pretty stable pattern here, and it even, again, looks like there's a little bit of a ridge before another trough, much more clear, starts to take shape. And although this one will be closer to us than the previous, and it does appear to have a jet streak that will be on top of us, or at least will be growing on top of us, I think the main influences from this will again be felt to our north. So we will just have to watch to keep an eye on that. But again, I think this is going to be more of an issue for some areas farther north. So let's dip down to 700 millibars, make sure we're not missing any short waves or anything. Again, we do see a little bit of a ridge pattern, and then a little bit of a trough pattern beneath it actually, and then a trough just to our northwest. And again, this does mainly look like a problem to our north. Maybe we do feel a little bit of influence from the next one that comes in late Monday night into Tuesday morning. Maybe. It is possible. But unclear at this time. Now let's move to the 850 millibar level just to check all of our bases, make sure things look the same. Again, I feel like you can definitely see clearly as we're getting closer to the surface, there's more than likely a surface cyclone going on here. And I do feel like we are likely to feel some sort of impacts from this system. Let's just head down to the surface to confirm. Yeah, there's definitely a nice surface cyclone. Right here. Yeah. I would be a little bit surprised if that's true. We haven't really looked at moisture or the temperatures yet, so it's possible that this just doesn't have the moisture to do anything. But I would be a little bit surprised if this doesn't at least do something for our area. Anyway, let's zoom in, take a look at our highs and lows, and then we can take a look at precipitation, see what this may or may not have in store for us. So, for today, temperatures are going to kind of hang around where they are now, just below 20 degrees. Or at least they're expected to, and definitely cool off as we head into the evening. Now, the coldest point should be tomorrow morning. In the mid-single digits, we're looking 4, 5, 6 degrees. Then as we head in tomorrow, things will warm up a little bit. They'll certainly be warmer than today. We are looking at, we're looking to be in the 20s, probably right around the mid-20s. Maybe we might get a glance at the upper 20s. That does remain to be seen. As we head through tomorrow night and into Tuesday morning, temperatures look pretty stable in the low 20s, and then as we head into the mid-morning, still early to mid-morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., those temperatures do start to increase, and we are in the upper 20s now, and there's some pockets of low 30s starting to reach their way towards our area. One thing I would like to point out here is we see the winds, looking at the wind barbs here, the wind is coming from these warmer temperature areas up towards our direction, so it is certainly possible that it warms up quite a bit on Tuesday. And I'm not seeing any obvious frontal boundary, so maybe we won't have some of that precipitation as this low pressure system moves through. Because I'm trying to look and I'm just not seeing an obvious frontal boundary, at least not near our area. Okay. Okay, I do think there is some sort of cold front feature kind of along this axis right here, but it doesn't seem like it stretches all the way down to our area. So we will at least not yet, not at this time frame. So we will just have to wait and see how that pans out. Now let's take a look at precipitation, keeping in mind that this is an ensemble model, which means it is a collection of a bunch of different models that are then kind of averaged out, so it does lose some detail, but let's just keep take a look. Nothing through the rest of the day and into the evening. Nothing for us into tomorrow morning. Okay, some snow, mixed precipitation, ice for the Upper Peninsula as we head into tomorrow evening. And the snow and a little bit of the mixed precipitation does reach into northern portions of the Lower Peninsula as we head into the very early morning hours of Tuesday. But it looks like we down here are staying nice and dry. Let's just take a look at some of the individual members and just kind of breeze through them. Just get a little glance to make sure that nothing's coming down our way. Okay, so it is possible that we do feel some light effects from this system to the south. Maybe we get a band or two of some heavier snow. Let's check this model out. Okay, again, most of it is up here, but it does bring a band of heavier precipitation down towards our area. This one is kind of very late Monday night. This one has it a little bit earlier Monday evening. This one has it kind of in early Monday or kind of similar times in between the two, and it shows the same thing. This shows something very similar. Okay. And yeah, although this one shows a little more broad precipitation. So, okay. So we are not getting out of this scot-free. We are looking more than likely at some precipitation from this system. And that precipitation looks like it'll really start coming tomorrow evening. But it looks like it should be out by the time the sun rises on Tuesday morning. So it won't be around for long. There may be some heavier bands, but in comparison to what's going on to our north, we are definitely not getting as much as they are. We are kind of lucking out, if you would say, unless you are hoping for the precipitation, then not so much. But let's see. Excuse me, got the hiccups. How much snow we should expect. Or perhaps even how much rain, because it could be rain if it's warm enough. Although it was, I think, yeah, at those times it was expected to still be below freezing, so probably more snow than anything. Although this is not showing any accumulated snowfall, so maybe it could be more on the freezing rain side of things, or just, yeah, let's see, freezing rain. No, not really showing much. Well, give me one moment. Well, it seems that whatever is going to fall should not accumulate too much. This is our expected snowfall forecast. Again, that's pretty empty. Even the high-end amount just brings a little trace close to our area. And then even the ice forecast, even the high-end ice forecast, gives us no more than a trace. So if we do get precipitation, it'll likely be in the form of non-accumulating snow, or perhaps even some rain, which would be kind of nice, I think. Now let's take a look at our sustained winds here. Calm today, And through the evening, as we head into Monday morning, it does pick up a little bit, maybe up to 10 miles per hour, and lasts through the day Monday. But as we head into the evening, early evening, it calms ever so slightly briefly, picks back up to around that 10-mile-per-hour mark, and kind of lingers there into Tuesday morning. Now let's take a look at our wind gusts. Pretty calm for the rest of today. Picks up a little bit as we start to head into the evening. And by the time we get to early tomorrow morning, we're looking at maybe 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts at most. And that kind of lingers for a good portion of the day tomorrow, but as we head into late afternoon, calms down just a little bit, but then we head into the evening and it picks up. We're looking 20, 25 mile an hour gusts here, potentially 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts as we head into Tuesday morning. Overall, though, that doesn't seem like anything super significant. And finally, let's get into cloud cover. Right now, it's as sunny as ever. This is the sunny, like it does not get sunnier than this in a Michigan winter. And that is expected to persist for the next few hours. Maybe we get a couple of clouds here and there as we head into the later after parts of the afternoon and into the evening. And that mainly continues overnight, but as we head into the morning, we do have some clouds build overhead. Now, I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of clearing, but there could still be some clearing at points tomorrow morning in the clouds, but that doesn't look like it'll last too long before it is cloudy. Yeah, I would say by mid-afternoon tomorrow, we are going to be mostly, if not completely cloudy. Although it looks like as we head into Tuesday morning, there could be some small breaks in there, but it still looks pretty cloudy. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.